There were two very good junior races which featured as a strong part of the Great Cross Country Challenge in Edinburgh this year. The British junior men had been very successful at the European Championships before Christmas and were expected to do well here. And with 6 athletes to score, the United States team on reputation was sure to provide the stiffest challenge. By the time the athletes had reached around 3 kilometres, it was clear that this was going to the form book. Great Britain and the United States locked in battle. Clements, the young man who held the English cross-country title this last year, was leading ahead of a very, very good American, Irasa, of the United States, who was Ethiopian born, incidentally. He's the man on the right. And then behind him, Bradic, also of the United States. And these 4 now, with Shaw beginning to stretch out and increase the pace of the race. It was a very, very keenly contested race, this. Only one European featured, actually, Detra of France, the young steeplechaser, the 18-year-old steeplechaser. And with 1 lap to go, Shaw had really laid his cards on the table, with Clements in second place. This was the point, as they were, well, near the start of the final lap, that the American, the Ethiopian-born American, Kirobel Irasa, took over from Clements, the young man who really was our top cross-country man. And it was Shaw in the lead here who then put himself under pressure, because this was the point at which Irasa began to take over from him. Clements was beaten, or was he? Clements in 3rd place at the moment. Shaw hanging on to Irasa as Irasa went past as they approached the end of this race. And this was USA versus Great Britain, certainly. But how much had Shaw got left? Could he mount a sprint finish towards the end? The hill was proving very difficult indeed, and it was Irasa who managed it the better of the two. And athletes who make the uphill part work, they also make the downhill part work, and this was also what Irasa did. Irasa really made them pay, and at this point Clements found a new surge and came past Shaw. So it was a reverse of the two Britons. Shaw had been the leading Briton for most of the way, but in the end it was Kirobel Irasa of the United States who came home to win, ahead of Kieran Clements of Great Britain, with Mark Shaw, who'd done so well throughout the race to establish the tenor of the race, came through into 3rd place. Very good race indeed. This young fella managed it very well indeed. Well, there was the result. Irasa's time, 19:56, ahead of Clements and Shaw, with Owens, Gardner and Tobin following through. The junior women's race featured Britain's most exciting junior talent and reigning European junior champion, Emilia Goreczka. The tall, blonde figure on the right of the pack was totally unfazed by the early lead of Erin Finn of the United States, and that she established a very big lead indeed. Coach Mick Woods often advises a steady start to a race, and so it was on this occasion. Goreczka always looked comfortable, looked very, very easy, running nearest to us here, and gradually brought the whole pack back to the American who'd gone off so very, very quickly, young Erin Finn. And the American pack, including the American junior champion, Aisley Cuff. And at this point, this is the point towards the end of the first lap, that Goreczka made her move. Up the hill, she made them pay, and she also made them pay down the hill. Look at this, 4 Americans chasing her down, so the Americans obviously in a good position at this stage for the team prize, and the other British athletes really finding themselves well adrift. But as they came towards the end of the first lap, it was Emilia Goreczka on her own, and from here on in, it was a lone athlete very much against the clock. And could the Americans catch her was the big question, and the Americans led by the American junior champion Aisley Cuff, as I said, followed by Molly Seidel, and Katie Knight is there. There's Katie Knight, one of the European team. There's Jackson, there's Lake of Great Britain, who also performs well regularly and as part of the junior team. But this is an exceptional talent, a talent who during the season has done well, and that last season, I should say, she won the European title. She won the Commonwealth Youth Games over 3,000 metres last year, and of course was 15th in the World Junior Championships last year. Akuf could do nothing on this occasion to challenge the young talent from Great Britain, and in the end it was a dominant performance which took her to the tape in a margin, a winning margin, 21 seconds in the end. Goretzka, I began by saying, an exciting talent. Watch out for her in the future, because she is exceptional and a very, very special athlete indeed. Ahead of Koof, the American champion, Seidel, Knight, and then Iona Lake was the second Briton home. There it is, Goretzka, 14:48, 21 seconds ahead of the American champion.